What's going on, guys? Back here with another YouTube video. In this video today, I'm going to be analyzing Workhorse, and we're going to talk about where I think Workhorse is going and just structure out our trade. Now, I know a lot of you have enjoyed this type of video in the past, specifically dealing with Workhorse. So if you did, please, I ask you, make sure to like the video and subscribe because it really helps my channel grow. Now, lately, like I was talking about in the last video, Workhorse hasn't had too much news other than the main catalyst of that. It's most likely going to get the contract at the end of the year for the United States Postal Service. However, it's not guaranteed, so we just really have to wait that out. And I suspect there won't be too much hype around Workhorse until that actually comes. However, we can still look at the charts and see where we think the stock may be going. Now, let's take a look at Workhorse from a technical standpoint. Alright guys, so for my previous videos, if you haven't watched them already, go back, look at my channel, and look at my Workhorse videos, because I have broken the stock down several times, and I've actually talked about where I think it's going and what levels I'm looking at. Now, in the first video I made about Workhorse, we were over here, and I talked about I'm looking for the breakout, and that's exactly what happened. We broke above. Now, we've had that massive run up since then, and we've hit highs of $30, and today was a red day. We were actually down $1.81. However, in my last video, I charted this area out right here, and I told you this was going to be a level of interest and maybe a good entry, and you should be patient because it's most likely heading down to this area. And look what happened, guys. We closed at around this general support right here. There's a reason I charted this out, and there's a reason why it went to this area. Now, let's say that you got in today and you're red right now. This is how I structure my trade, so I wouldn't actually stop out right now. Let's say you got in up here at $26. Well, I'm going to pretend like I got in right now. This is how I structure my stop loss. So guys, if you got in up here, just wait. Don't stop out yet because we may turn around right here. Because I charted this out knowing that this was a good support area and we could see a bounce here. However, patterns typically repeat themselves, but they don't always have to. So that's why we're patient and we wait, and we do have this stop loss in plan just because it could keep going further. It doesn't have to bounce here, but if you're playing that it does bounce here, then I'd be patient. Even if you got up here and you're red right now, you're probably red and down. However, I would hate for y'all to tag out right now. You just sell immediately, and then tomorrow you see that we go up and continue this uptrend. That's one of the worst feelings in the world. Trust me, I've had that happen to me multiple times in my career where I got out of something and I just watch it turn right around and push back up to highs. So when you're trading this, if you got in, right now I'd honestly wait. I'd wait to stop out, but I wouldn't give it any more wiggle room than this 24.85. If it gets below that anymore, just cut it. There's no reason for you to be in that trade anymore. However, something interesting I want to talk about is that we did have this huge morning dip. We hit lows of 23.58. So if you got in, congratulations, that was a good entry. And then we just continued and tried to push up for the rest of the day. And we did recover some of that loss from earlier day. However, that loss was pretty much around the market all the way because we had that dip on NEO this morning and several other sectors in the market. So it just wasn't this EV sector. We had it on quite a few tickers this morning. We just had that morning dip. However, Workhorse did try to recover, and it did recover some of its losses from earlier today. But going to the session tomorrow and the rest of the week, I want to see how it reacts around this area. Do we keep consolidating and we just stay and hold this support? If we do, that would be a good bullish sign for me. That would be a sign for me to go long, because typically when we consolidate around something, that means we're gearing up for the move up, and that's very well what could be happening for Workhorse right now. But let's just give the scenario that we're bright red tomorrow, and then we're just downtrending, and you're looking for another entry. Now, if you're in it right now and we're bright red tomorrow, cut losses right there, period, no matter what. End of story. However, if you're looking to get into it, then this is the area I'd be watching. Right around this area right here. I'd be watching the 23.32 area. That's where I would want to time my entry. Because you can see we've fluctuated around this. We've had some buyers try to push up, then get rejected. And then, however, we broke above that around here. And now a good dip buy would be for the break above, and then we're retesting this area. So let me change this to different colors so you can see this better. So this is where our dip buy opportunity would be at. So if you're in it right now, you're at the support level, you get in tomorrow and we hang around that, that's perfect. Get in there, but still have that same stop loss. However, if we're red tomorrow, we're probably heading down to this 23.32 area, just because you can see that the morning sell-off, we actually almost touched the area. But like I said, this is a key area of focus. Notice how that buyers tried to push it up, but sellers came. But this time, there weren't enough sellers and buyers were able to push it through. So you know this is a key area to look out for. Same scenario here, guys. Sellers came in right here when buyers tried to push it up. However, buyers came in and we pushed price above that. So this is a good area to look at for a dip buy. But same thing with how we structure our trade at the first support. Structure your trade here. Let's say you get in right at support. Stop out at these wicks right here. Now you can stop out. It depends on which wick you want to stop out. You want to stop out right here or right here. It just all depends on your risk management. Now, I personally like to keep my stop losses tight, so I'm going to choose that wick right there. But if you like to have wider stops, that's completely fine, guys. It's how you trade. It's going to vary between person and person, just based on how much you want to risk. So this is how I would structure my trade if I got in right here. Now, on the overall look, Workhorse looks pretty bullish. It just all depends on how, even if we got back down to this area, guys, I would still not be wary of Workhorse. Like I said, we have a huge catalyst coming up at the end of December, and I will be posting more videos as we get closer to that to even give my analysis as we get closer to that date. But guys, I just wanted to break down Workhorse for you just because y'all have liked that type of video in the past. And if you do like these type of videos, like I said in the beginning of the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps my channel grow. So I just want to give y'all a little update because I did record that on Monday and today's session has already happened. Now we have something interesting going on. So today we actually maintained the support area. So we actually held the areas I was talking about in the earlier part of this video. However, something interesting did happen, and I don't know if some news came out. I will look into this for y'all, but we have fallen over almost $4 in after hours. Now we're down to that $21.43. It's very volatile because just a minute ago we were actually down to $20. So something big did happen in after hours, and I'm gonna look into that like I said. But if this trend continues when we open up tomorrow and we're still down here, be patient, and we're most likely heading back down to this 19 area. Like I said, this was a strong support, so I can see it going down to this area if this does hold going to the session on tomorrow. Now it might not hold and we might open up green again, but I'm gonna do some research and get back to y'all to see what actually happened. And I'll probably be producing a video later on this week about Workhorse and what news came out. But other than that, like I said, right now it looks like we might be heading down to this $19 range. But this is after hours volume and price movement, so I will have to see how we open up tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and if we actually do head back to the support area, and actually does this act as a resistance now and we do fall back down. So I'll be posting updates about that, and if you want to stay updated with that, make sure to subscribe and put my post notifications on because I will be producing more content dealing with Workhorse.